guys. My name is Vasanth. I'm a NEET expert. I actually have 9+ years of experience in training NEET aspirants to achieve their dreams. And today we're going to look into a chapter named Garbage In and Out from the class 6 standard. And we're going to, this is like a very general topic. And we're going to see some general things like basic things that we're going to see from the morals, moral value like inhibition, and then like what are the things that you should do and what are the things that you should not do with respect to disposal of garbage and other stuff. Okay, so let's get into the topic right away. Just allow me a minute. I hope everybody is able to see my screen. Okay, let's see the topics that we are going to discuss with respect to this chapter. So dealing with garbage and the types of waste and method of solid waste disposal, and then vermicomposting, landfills, and steps to reduce generations of waste. So these are the topics that we are going to deal with, and let's start with the first topic, shall we? So there are these are dealing of garbage. There are 7 different types of garbage that you need to dispose of. So which includes liquid or solid household waste, and hazardous waste, medical and clinical waste, and electrical waste, recyclable waste, construction and demolition debris, and green waste. So in this case, these are the 7 different types of waste that is actually they're categorized into, so that it will be easy for disposal. And in our day-to-day life, like whatever garbage that we accumulate at home has to be segregated in these way and then has to be delivered to the disposal people. But we don't do that in the in the rush hour of our life. So how do they actually deal how do they actually deal with this garbage, and what are they going to do? Let's see that. So solid and liquid household waste are usually dried up and then allowed to get degraded and then left out. And hazardous waste will be taken to the dump place or landfills. Okay, secure places. And then they are dug deeper and actually filled. So that's what they do with hazardous waste. And then medicinal and chemical waste, they'll get incinerated. Okay, and then electrical waste will undergo reprocessing. And the recyclable waste, anything that can undergo a processing again and then later it can be made into a different product, or that is sent to the recycling center. Okay, and then construction and demolition debris. So these construction and demolition debris usually used in filling up the basements of other houses. So that is actually an effective way of getting rid of debris, or we use it to pile places to raise during the process of constructions. So nowadays it is used in construction itself. Okay, and when it comes to green waste, they are actually disposed and made into manure. So these are the ways that we are going to deal with, the different types of waste. And in the upcoming slides, we will see some of the more important topics. Okay. So methods of waste disposal. So when you talk about solid waste, they are usually burnt, and then sea dumping is also a process where they'll be dumping in the sea. They will allow them to get degraded and broken down, because we human beings are very selfish and very cruel to other other organisms. So that's why we always dump it to sea also. So you can see in several videos where you go to YouTube, stranded islands, you can see the shores are filled with flip-flop slippers, and then plastic cups and plastic sheets and all the other things. It is all because of the sea dumping process. Okay, solid waste or sanitary landfills is where the solid materials are being completely allowed to get piled layer after layer, and then allowed to get allowed to undergo constant decomposition. And then incineration method is another method where they used to get the a solid material and then burn it. And when during the process of burning, like they'll get completely pulverized, and then like they'll get powdered and then dried and then completely burnt. So disposal by hawk feeding. So usually some of the solid waste can be used to feed the swine and then other organisms, other animals. So that way we can get rid of solid waste. And salvaging procedures are some specialized process through which we can also dispose the solid waste. Okay. So vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is one of the most important process where the organic materials and especially the partially digested products are usually broken down to much simpler substances and creates a most important manure. Okay, we call it vermicompost. Okay, vermicompost. So this composting techniques uses earthworm, okay, which is used in degrading or consuming organic material, and then their end product could be used as a enriched organic material to be utilized on the fields. So it will be enriched with microorganisms, and it will be digested by the earthworm as well. So that such process is called vermicomposting, using the earthworm to compost or to allow them to composting organic material of the human waste. Okay, or not only human waste, like every organic material usually. That is called vermicomposting. So landfills is a designed place where there will be where it will not intervene so much with the population and stuff. So they will start dumping all the rubbish and garbage and all sort of solid waste. So this is the most easiest possible way, that is historically that has been done for a very long time. And in the places where you live, especially the capital cities or metropolitan cities, you have special areas where there will be special dump areas where the dump trucks go, and then they dump the garbage into piles and piles, and where there will be hook cranes, and that will be piling the garbage on top of the piles. So as a result of which, then layers and layers of materials will undergo degradation at one place, and it will be so stinky. I don't know how people actually survive that. So there will be houses nearby who are called scavengers. They will actually collect plastics and metals and other things, and then they will give it to other shops and then get some money out of it and stuff. That is also done. So landfill is a tradition, a very historical method where they will just dump all the things at a very particular site and then allow them to rot and decay. And how can we reduce generation of waste is one of the most important things that we need to discuss about. There are 8 ways to reduce waste. Which is use of reusable bottles and cups for beverages on the go. So avoid using plastic cups, and instead use paper cups if it is possible. If not, carry your own cups that is made up of ceramic or glass or whatever. Okay? And stop asking for plastic bags. Instead, carry your own bag. That will actually help you carry things without having without leaving a carbon footprint when you go buy groceries and vegetables and anything. Okay, anything. So when you are purchasing something, try to purchase in loose, so that you will not be buying a plastic or along with any product that you get. So your purchase that you make should be wise. Instead of getting packed products. In the same, you can check the market for same quality products which comes in loose, and you can take your container and you can actually take it. Other organic materials, usually the vegetable waste, fruit waste, and organic waste material that is actually produced at home on a daily basis could be used in compost pits, which could be dug at home. And these compost pit around it, we can actually grow vegetables, which will provide nutrition for the plants to grow, which will be very tasty and homegrown food. Okay. So any container which could be used on a single time, okay, we call it single use containers. So that is used in food packaging, deliveries and stuff like that, and all these could be avoided. So buy second-hand items and donate used goods. Like, instead of just throwing away things because you have more of it or something that becomes like unusable, but it can be repaired, but you want to replace it. We usually repair it and donate it if possible, or if they're like, tell them to repair it because it is easily repairable and not to throw them. Like, donate it instead of throwing them in the dumpster and getting accumulated in the landfill. This would be the best idea of where you can reuse the content, which is not actually spoiled very well. Okay. Shop local farmer markets and buy in bulk to reduce packaging, because when you buy in bulks, it will be like, different packaging, where it'll be like, in sack and gunny bags and stuff like that. But when it comes to like smaller packages, it will be like, 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg comes in plastic covers. So that is going to increase the carbon footprint in our name. Okay. So that will be registered in under our name. So these are the ways that how you can reduce generation of waste. Okay. So the questions would be like, what are the ways that I can reduce getting containers. Okay, getting containers. Carry your own containers. Okay, don't throw. Avoid use and throw. Avoid use and throw materials. The next question is, what is the main responsibility in disposing garbage? Okay. Main responsibility in disposing garbage. Okay. So the most important function while disposing garbage is, it's very simple. You just need to segregate them. Segregate and dispose. Okay, that's the most important thing. Why? Because segregation is a laborious process, but when it is a small quantity of garbage that is done from your end, it will become very easy to get accumulate and later straight away go into the process, instead of like involving many of people to like actually handle the garbage. Okay, so that's not a humane thing. Okay, so these are the questions that are usually asked. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Like I hope every one of you enjoyed the class. And if you have any doubts, please post it in our forums, so that you will get a clarity, like on your doubts. We will definitely answer your doubts. And don't just stop with just online videos. So try to go to our websites and then book lively classes, so that it'll be life changing for you. We can guarantee you that. So you will definitely enjoy the classes more. So happy to have you in the class. Like, thank you so much, and see you in the next time. Thank you guys.